Hello, gamers. I am Gamer Destroyer here, joined by my co-host, the play-by-play god, Cherry. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, I am doing amazing here. We are coming in for a late night game of League of Legends. It's going to be the side of Ohio taking on Tubby's Pookies here. Both these teams ready in week number 6. Let's see how this draft will commence to get started with game number 1 of this best of 3.
Pretty excited about this one. These are two teams that swapped some players earlier in the season. Ohio has been doing quite well since that trade. So a little bit of a revenge game here, perhaps, for the players that were traded away from their starting teams. Um, Ohio, I know, does quite a bit of role swapping around depending on uh, where Owen and Gator feel like playing. Uh, Tubby's Pookies a little bit more linear on who's going to play where. The Darius getting banned away, I assume that's Darius jungle actually these days with that meta, and then Tubby's Ari and Aurora getting banned away is quite expected.
Yeah, Darius Jungle. Personally, actually, just the other day, I was able to see that as a commentator, getting to watch that in that high level elo. So it is definitely a good idea to ban that away. And it is also pretty good to ban it away as a top lane pick as well. So they're really trying to suffocate those junglers and top sides from Tubby's Pookies. But immediately locking in the bot lane, going to be matched up against a Jinx. That's going to be Sivir for the side of Tubby's Pookies. There's a lot of different ways you could try and adapt to this. Potentially, Yumi could come out here to really try and go for some crazy options. Tubby's Pookies. It doesn't work the horrible with the Sivir, but it's gonna be Yorick that Ohio is gonna lock in, which could
Ooh.
potentially be played in the jungle, which would be interesting.
Yeah, that Yorick jungle has a pretty crazy high win rate right now. I think they just dodged I think there was supposed to be a patch to kind of nerf it, and it just did not work. The clear speed's crazy, and kind of like the ability to solo kill some objectives. Wukong coming out, and Gwen. I assume that's gonna be Wukong jungle, a very very prominent pick this season, and then Gwen top is just a crazy good split push bruiser up there in the top lane, and gonna be matched with the Garen. Not sure again if that's a Garen top, Garen mid. Kind of a lot of flexibility on the side of Ohio's draft right now.
Yeah, Garen, it's not the best into Gwen, especially due to the fact that Gwen usually likes to run something like the Ignite. And when you can get that active damage out onto a Garen, it kind of hinders that passive ability that you want to pull out. Now, Ohio, they're going to run and ban out that Braum and Syndra. It's going to be matched up with two support bans, Tubby's Pookies. They really want to suffocate the options away from Ohio, taking off the Lulu and the Nautilus. And it's going to be a Renata Glosk to come out for Ohio to match with the Jinx. Let's see how well that's going to work and what's going to be the response from Tubby's Bookies.
Yeah, kind of like a good anti-engage tool there for the Renata, kind of keeping away the Wukong, get them off of the Jinx, let the Jinx get the reset and continue the fight. Nami looks like going to be paired up with the Sivir, just kind of creating like a super safe bot lane for Tubby's Pookies. That is Tubby on the Nami, then he's pretty dang good at it. We'll see where the rest of this draft goes. Looks like Tubby's Pookies need a mid laner. We're going to see a Hui come out.
Yeah, I don't hate the way at all. And, Nami and Renata Glock, they're pretty similar in that their ultimates do kind of the same thing. It's one of those just AoEs that you push in a single line, and then anybody who gets hit by it just gets hindered for a little bit. Can't really get a lot of damage down on the field. Let's see what the mid lane option is going to be, or potentially top side, but it's going to be a Malzahar to match that Hue in the mid side. Both players going for a little bit of AP damage. Only real problem that I could imagine is Ohio with a not the most amount of AP, just kind of having that Malzahar to work it. Instead, their other opponents, being those Tubby Pookies, they got that Gwen who can really start melting down people like the Yorick and Garen.
Yeah, not a whole lot of AP, but on the side of Tubby's Pookies, not a whole lot of people who are really going to stack any armor. Um, Even Wukong probably just going to go bruiser build, not really much armor being or any armor being built. And then Gwen, I don't think really goes any armor items. So Damage spread might not be too much of a big deal, but yeah, Malzahar isn't exactly the best applier of AP everywhere. Um, but yeah, exciting draft. Is there a side that you like a little bit more than the other?
And I think realistically, I would favor this Tubby's Pookies squad just due to the fact that Gwen can be super oppressive to things like the Garen and Yorick, and potentially the Malzahar as well. And I mean, maybe Ohio can get some good Jinx games in here because, as we all know, that can be a really strong character.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jinx is broken in low elo competitive play. Get one kill, win game. Go Ohio. All right. With that, we're gonna throw it to a quick break, and then we're gonna bring it back for game one. What is up, gamers? We're here on the Rift. We got Ohio, we got Tubby's Pookies, and we got game one of a best of three. Let's get into this.
Yeah, immediately we are heading straight onto the Rift. We're gonna be seeing the mid laners facing off and potentially a little bit of ganks could come in. The Nami's going to push up a little bit. Early damage is going to come out, but not enough to really note as anything big. It's just going to be both teams settling in. Nobody's going for a big, what's the word here? Gank, sorry. And, everyone's just kind of going to play passively, looking to just kind of limit any access that their opponents are going to want to try and take.
Wait, we got OT Gator on support. What are we doing here? Ohio pulling out the strats for this one. I had no idea that this is one of their arrangements for their team. I had no idea Gator would even go down to that bot lane ever in his life. That's something. I love seeing Harry Patterson mid. That's awesome. The gerbil, the Gofa.
Oh, early damage is going to be brought out, poking and prodding over towards the bot lane, and looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit of a minion stack up coming up onto the red side, but when they're going against the Sivir, they get a lot of wave clear. Early damage is going to be found out once more, though, with this Renata Glosk. Able to get some good damage. The Ignite is going to be picked up for them, so they do have that ability to really limit any type of healing from the Nami if they so do choose. However, when it comes down to it, Sivir with the barrier could become a big problem you're going to have to deal with. The minions are still going to be stacking up. Penny Wave is going to be coming up next, so that's something you really have to look forward to in all lanes. But right now, it's still going to be good damage placed over towards the bot lane, and it's really oppressive towards the right.
I think this game is really going to boil down to how fast can Owen get going and can ISO Didact to mitigate the stacking a bit too easy on one of his best champs. So far, not looking too great for ISO in the top lane. Big wave about to crash up there, and then side of Ohio kind of doing the same thing on the other side of the map. ISO Didact trying to get a little bit of a trade in, but just getting absolutely chunked out. And Harry Patterson doing a very good job of kind of keeping Lord Tubbyton at bay right now. That rank difference in the mid lane is pretty big, but I think the rank difference in the top lane is even bigger.
Oh, I totally agree with you there. This Garen having a really rough time, even trying to compete over with the Gwen, which obviously Gwen, very oppressive champion when it comes down to it. They're not going to have that Ignite, which I kind of expected, but it's just going to be that Ghost along with the teleport, which can be really useful in terms of mobility, especially when you play for objectives.
Yeah, I would anticipate Mid-2E's kind of taking over a split push role here in this game, especially since the Yorick is jungle. Probably not going to be splitting too much. And as long as this Gwen can beat the Garen, it's going to have a pretty easy time split pushing.
Garen having to really go for all the CS possible. They're gonna have a pretty easy time collecting on it though, but after that spin, it's gonna make it difficult to collect all those with the tower hitting each and every minion. So, I mean, you want to be able to keep your CS up, but right now it's looking like a bit of a bot lane misplay potentially with the jungler coming down. This Yorick, however, gonna be a little bit late to the party with both of the bot lane coming in from this blue side, just kind of backing off, not going to overextend whatsoever. So let's see how much they're going to be able to find over there. But over towards the top side again, it's going to be Garen trying to go for more, but it's just a punishment coming out from the Gwen once more.
Yeah, it's one of the negatives to playing Yorick is that you really don't have your own gank setup, and you kind of rely on the gank setup of the lane that you're trying to go to. And when you're going into a Jinx Renata, I mean, they either hit the CC and you can come and apply some damage, or it's kind of just done and you gotta turn around and walk away. Even furthermore, going into a Nami where they could just bubble you away it's pretty tough to pull off a successful gank early with Yorick.
First dragon's gonna appear. Looking like nobody has too much ideas to prioritize it. Potentially gonna be seeing this Wukong look for the Void Grub since they are up towards that, and it's going to be spawning a little bit. But right now, it just seems like each team, they want to just kind of play their own game. They're not really looking for too much. It's going to the Gwen, potentially even find a solo kill here. Not gonna lie, wouldn't be too okay. And that's the flash overextended.
ISO got a little greedy and got bit in the butt there by Mid2Easy. Yeah, walking up for CS now at this point is just asking to get your health reduced in half. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Oh, a little bit of engagement's going to come out here. However, the Wukong able to utilize that clone to kind of just bring themselves out of the engagement. So a good disengage from them there, but still not going to really matter too much in the grand scheme of things. Both mid laners taking a little bit of poke damage. Nobody's going to be too unhappy with how this mid is looking. Going to have that Malzahar with the Tear of the Goddess. Lost Chapter being bought on the opposite side, most likely looking for Luden's companion from this way. So let's see if they're going to be able to get that anytime soon. Obviously, Malzahar looking to really up their mana with that Seraphine Crystal as well. But right now, Luke can come out. Handshakes can be there, but the bubble can bring them into the air. Good damage is there. Spell Shield's going to be absorbed, and some damage is going to be found out, but it's a good engagement from this blue side.
Yeah, that was a really good bubble there from Sifra. Ayakpan trying to trade it a little bit damage onto the Jinx and onto the Renata, but oh my gosh, top lane dive gets ISO so easily. Yeah, that Garen filling there at quarter health for a little bit too long, and Rigor Mortis came up and got that free kill. Is going to be even tougher up there for ISO Didact, who already has half the CS of mid too easy.
Oh, but it seems as if we're going to be seeing a 1-for-1 in the mid lane. A great ultimate from the Hui. Despite them dying, they're still going to be able to collect that assist. It's going through the jungler here, really putting in the work. Able to get a 101 KDA, so that's definitely going to be strong. This Nam is still going to be able to support this Sivir. We do see the bot lane at around half HP for both sides. A little bit of a detrimental situation for both of them to be at. Some can come through bubble to really bring them up, but it's going to be some great play from the Renata Glassbeard to be able to get some good damage off. Exhaust is going to be utilized to get that Jinx to a little bit of a lower HP, but a little bit of a misplay from the Garen here, forcing that damage out. I don't believe the Gwen, the Gwen doesn't have ult right now, but they do have the Ghost if they do decide to engage. Although in the bot lane, some real damage has come onto the Sivir. Could cause some problems. And there's a Garen being absolutely suffocated towards the top side. And it's just going to be Rigor going to be able to secure that kill by the looks of it.
Oh no. Oh, what? What just happened? Oh my goodness, I did not expect that. Oh, the Wukong walked up and got Garen real quick, and 2v1 is for Tubby's Pookies quickly turned into a 2v1 for Ohio. That was out of nowhere.
I don't know how they let that happen, especially since they already had a kill and had a decent gold lead. But okay, I see your game, Mr. Garen. Let's see how much more he can show us in this game number 1. I mean, realistically speaking, if you can do that to a Wukong this early on, I mean, you're going to be pretty happy. The ultimate will be expended, so no more Din Masio for at least a little bit. So they will have to utilize their regular auto attacks. Bubble's going to miss out on the Renata Gloss, able to get some good trades in, but the Jinx not going to be able to connect onto them to really limit their mobility. Still though, this Cannon Minion going to be taken. It's going to be that World Atlas to get that good bit of utility, getting that damage in, and we can see these wards of really being able to gather information, making sure they think.
Yeah, very good vision on the bot side from Ohio. Definitely know that they're safe pushing in. You know, it's really tough for the side of Tubby's Pookies having to go against the best ADC that has ever participated in any sort of League of Legends tournament in Strand. Just kind of like an unfair matchup at the moment for Tubby's Pookies.
Yeah, Strand has been playing definitely out of their mind here, up 12 CS, kind of being that player to look out for, and it's still though in that top side, which is that big deficit. Immediately, Nashor's Tooth is going to be brought out for a little bit more AP and attack speed, so it's definitely a good buy to start off, and a 1.1 gold lead is massive right now, so that's exactly what you need if you are on this Pookie side, because that's a big lead. That's almost the entire lead of your team in just one player alone, which is kind of crazy to think about. Every other lane, it's not looking great for the side of the Pookies. They are down in the mid lane and bot lane, but their jungler is still ahead. It looks like we're going to be getting an engagement here. It's going to be the Renata Glock to come up and support. Flash coming through. Root's going to be there. Handshake's going to keep them close. Damage in, but it's going to be the Demacia to secure the kill. Good stuff coming in, but Rigor Mortis not going to let it go in vain. Raiding out the kill, and it's going to be this bot turret to really start taking some damage. Top turret will as well, and it's really thanks to that cannon minion that's come up, but Void Grubs are going to be found out, and already with a dragon on their hands, Ohio is looking really strong right now.
Yeah, definitely good job, Tubby Spookies, to get something out of that play. Send Rigor Mortis to the bot side dive, strand between the turrets, while Renata wanders up top lane to take care of the Gwen. And Void Grub's gonna go over to a team with a Yorick and a Garen, and a Malzahar. That is terrifying. Definitely gonna see Ohio probably prioritize those for the rest of the match. Yeah, poor Strand.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is definitely not the game you want to be playing if you are behind and on that Ohio side, because right now it's that Gwen who's looking really volatile, but the Garen is starting to be able to match them. Tiamat is going to be bought up. Looks like we want to go for a stride breaker early on for that speed, but over towards bot lane, we're going to be seeing some good damage. We're not ultimately going to come through, but really not finding anything there. Staggering themselves. Cypher is going to be the one to find the kill. Not the best player to get the kill since it is the support, but it's not bad in the slightest to be able to find that in the end.
Yeah, I mean that's a little int to, you know, have a 1v3 and to take the kill as a Nami when you know the Hui could have used it a little bit, even the Wukong, but you know that's fine. A kill's a kill. It's 300 gold for your team. And looks like this is going to be just the freest dragon ever for Tubby Spookies after OT Gator gets caught out trying to set up vision. Need your babysitter. You're going to be going over there for vision in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, we're going back over to the top side, getting to see a little bit of an engagement come out, and it really shows this Gwen being able to burst down the Garen, easily putting them down. I believe that's like a sixth of their HP, just in damage scissors alone. But looks like the suppression is going to come through. A great ult holding them in place and able to even up the kill deficit. Ohio will be really happy with that, but it's not enough just yet taking down the way of your opposition. You still need to be able to take this gold lead back in your hands, and they're able to close the gap at least slightly. Only around a 500 gold deficit is in play, which is not much whatsoever, so it really is anybody's game still. Ult's gonna come out from the Gwen here, and we get some really good damage on. It seems like an engagement's gonna be here. Demacia comes out, not able to secure it.
Maybe?
Like,
Maybe?
oh,
Let's go!
like to do it.
ISO Diadact. My goodness. This guy has just some insanity going on upstairs. Yeah, not very often do you see a Platinum Peak player down 30, 40 CS to a GM Peak player and still wanting to throw hands like that. I love that. That's so exciting to watch. And Owen just getting mollywopped by the. Oh my god,
wait.
maybe?
They might still be able to find a
Twitch
kill
chat might
here,
be able to get a kill
especially
here.
with the ultimate. Right now, they're playing with danger, but it's still the way to back up. Hill's gonna be there, and it's going to be Rigor Mortis to get that healing and not allow the ultimate to get the secured kill. Good stuff from the Pookies. Let's see if they are able to bring it forward here. Minions get destroyed in the bot side, making sure this tower has time to play, but the TP gets cancelled, and no back for you. Lord Covington going to be shut down, keeping this kill deficit evened up. Looks like we might be seeing an engagement towards the bot side though.
Yeah, we got some friends walking down to the bot side. Wukong starting to hit the bot side camps. Sprang gonna be backing here, and first tower going over to ISO Didact. If you would have told me that Garen was going to get the first tower in the top lane about 10 minutes ago, I would have not believed you at all. Wonderful job to stay in the game by Isa. And that kill earlier might help accelerate this this Yorick. I know, crazy late game champ that takes quite a few items to get going. Excited to see what happens later with this pick.
Yeah, we get to see this early game going pretty favorable for both teams. They're not really losing whatsoever. And as you said, the Garen taking a massive lead here. They're going to start to really be able to climb up on the gold, about 300 up on their opponent. So right now it's looking pretty strong. Ohio, they're not doing terrible, but there's going to be the Sivir in the bot side you really do have to start to worry about. Half HP remaining on the turret, and okay, Strikebreaker going to be utilizing it. Looks like it's Garen really wanting to engage. If they can get a Demacia off, they're going to be extremely happy, especially the Renata Glass missing. It's going to expend a flash, but not going to be the worst case scenario.
I think you thought that was a Renata ult, but that
Oh,
was the
not
Nami
Renata.
wave coming in. They look
This
too
makes a little
similar.
more sense.
I was a little excited to see a Renata Glass. Just barely tipped the Gwen, but wrong support champ, wrong wave.
Now, we're going back on in. Looks like we might see some contention for the Herald, which has spawned about now. Obviously, Ohio having a little bit of a favorable positioning for it, with a lot of players starting to gather over to fight for it. But the Jinx still bursting down the bot lane tower. Finally can be able to destroy all the minions, not allowing too much to come into play. And it seems like Ohio, they've finally taken their gold advantage. That is definitely going to be favorable for them, especially now that they've taken a Rift Herald to combine. They could always send this down mid lane. It is going to be the most likely option, but they could also look to put it top since there's still a lot of HP there. But over to the bot lane, we get to see the first engagement coming in under this tower. The Wukong with all their tankiness able to get out as well. There's going to be the Herald booming straight on into the tower. They're going to keep on pushing it with the minions and Void Club still alive. The tower's going to be sieged right in the nick of time, and some great damage is coming online. Tower gets destroyed. Inhibitors are next. No kills have been found. Continuing the fight, it seems like Pookies just kind of want to let this go, and they're going to try and wait to bide their time and fight another day.
Yeah, kind of a crazy try to give up inhib for your second drag and the bot side tower. A lot of gold going over to some key players on Ohio too. Well, Wukong picking up another kill. I mean, that's a really strong Wukong right now, and really only going to get stronger. Oh my goodness, the gold swing throughout this game has taken a drastic dip towards Ohio from what it once was on the side of Tubby's Pookies.
Yeah, but Tubby's Pookies, they do still have the lead when it comes down to the break, so don't think we can really count them out just yet. We are going to be seeing that Hextech Soul be in play. That's one of the more powerful ones, especially when it comes to that ability haste it does give you. Realistically speaking, it could be considered a favorable situation for them. We're going to be seeing play ult activated, but Owen is going to be able to find the kill. Good stuff from them. Able to put down the mid laner, and it seems like another kill will be called out in the mid lane here with this Garen getting absolutely shut down. That's going to give a little bit of a spike towards the Sivir, getting them even closer to being able to find their first item.
Yeah, Sivir not quite being at that first item is a little scary. But I guess good to get it now with the quick blades. And you just can't leave the Yorick on the side lane for free. Big to make that play over, get the Garen shut down. Not quite shut down, but get the Garen kill over in the mid lane. But bye-bye 2 towers, because Yorick's in the game.
Now teleport coming into the mid lane, looking to really just cover all of your bases, make sure nobody is going to be able to contest. And with Malzahar over towards mid, they're going to be able to really just make sure that this side of Ohio doesn't have anything they have to worry about. Only one tower has been found out, and honestly, I think that Ohio, they've put themselves in a stellar position here. They just have to wait for that Baron to spawn in like 5 minutes, and it's going to be good, but it seems like they're going to fight the Otacon first, and potentially going to have to take engagement.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to see too much contention here on the Otacon. They're just going to kind of grab it for free while Tubby's Pookies are just barely coming out of base there. A while until some more objectives show up, so we're gonna see what Tubby or what Ohio's able to do with this gold lead right now. Let's see, and plus an inhib down. Definitely a lot of pressure here for Tubby's Pookies to kind of hold the line right here, but gold lead isn't that big. 1.5k, really nothing in terms of League of Legends.
Right now, Seraph's going to be built out. But Archangel going to be really big with teeth. I mean, I don't know. I think we still have 3.5 minutes left until that Baron spawns. Once that comes into play, you could just try and split push top and bot and try and find both inhibitors and just kind of make that siege work well for you. I don't know if that's going to be a possibility. If so, then you could also send one player down mid to a 2-1-2 setup and kind of be able to take a lot of towers in general, get a lot of those buildings down and out. But right now, this Garen is in a really good position. Ult comes through. Silence is going to be there.
Oh my god! Holy ISO showing up today. Down almost 100 CS, but still fighting. I love it.
That's a great play from the Garen here. Really showing their worth and why this was a good matchup for them. So, coming over towards the mid lane, we see a little bit of an engagement. Always going to start to fall. Definitely not going to by the looks of it, but the Nami ult along with Renata ult both going to be activated, I believe. A little bit of lag on my end, not sure if what's going on there, but Stridebreaker's going to give a little bit of speed to the Garen, able to get them out, but not for long yet. Wave 1 has something they want to say about that.
Oh
Just
no.
keeping this distance alive. Shield comes through, but it's going to be the kill. Mid too easy, able to secure it. And right now, though, it's a little bit of a blunder with this tower getting destroyed. They're looking to siege even further, but finally, some defenses will be enabled.
I have been PayPal'd $50 for the two of us to not talk about Tubby missing a QE on a rooted target. So we will just skip past that and move on with the rest of the game. Dragon coming up. Gonna be the third dragon for both teams. So excited to see who gets this one and who's gonna be on Soul Point here pretty soon.
I just noticed that the Jinx did in fact buy the Hurricane though, certainly an interesting choice. Not just the most conventional pick for AD carry, especially something like a Jinx, but we're going to be seeing both of them taking the Hu Taos, which is definitely a strong item when it comes down to wanting to scale further and further. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to really affect this game, but with the feats of strength coming in favor of Ohio, they're going to be stronger when it comes down to those boots, and you really do want to upgrade ASAP. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Obviously, the Garen having some grievous wounds online. There's not a lot more that this Garen has to do at this point. They're looking really strong.
Yeah, ISO on that Garen is looking crazy strong right now. Strand, as usual, a bit of a chef in the kitchen with his builds on ADC. You could ask him why, and he'll just say, it felt right. And you know what? That's okay. Hoping it continues to feel right for the rest of this game. So far, so good. Looks like Ohio trying to set up for a little bit of get this mid lane pushed out. Potentially start getting vision set up for Baron. Might be a Baron play here, which you know, with the York, with the Garen, might be the dagger in the back for Tubby's Pookies.
And the Baron starting to be burned down to the ground. Only 15 seconds after it's spawned, it's already at half HP. There is going to be final. Seems like we might have a fight over towards the jungle here. Let's see if this does end up breaking out.
Yeah, looks like Ohio's just gonna run it top lane while Tubby's Pookies kind of gets that mid tower potentially. Two members backing, two members waiting to take the tower and then back. So a little bit of stagger here coming out of base might prove to be an issue as Ohio runs straight in with all five, heading straight for these Nexus towers.
This first Nexus tower is most likely going to be destroyed. I don't think they're going to be able to get the second. There's going to be the ult coming in from the way early on. Looks like they want to go for more. There's going to be the first fall. I believe Shutdown comes onto the jungler of Rigor going to be really strong. Finally, this Jinx is able to get some good damage online. Lots of really volatile players here. And here's going to be the way, going to be able to get the shutdown onto Malzahar. Flash comes out. Owen's going to be able to get the kill onto the support. Looking to go for more mid too easy. Going to be able to get down in the dirt and take down Strand. That's a big kill. And it looks like the side of TP is just going to be able to really just run down their opponents.
Yeah, mid too easy, still crazy strong despite what this Garen's been doing for most of the game. Looked a bit like Ohio was gonna finish there, but looks like not quite.
Some great game play coming out, and you gotta imagine that this Jinx is gonna be really happy about that. They were able to find their first kill of the game. They're looking to potentially get more. Despite dying, they're still gonna be in a good position.
A huge gold sword. Some technical difficulties there, but we're so back. Yeah, big gold lead now for Ohio. Looks like they're gonna be setting up for this drag in that bot lane, but midway pushed out.
Oh, big damage is coming in here for the side of Ohio. Looking to get some kills, not gonna be able to do it. Whale's gonna come through, be really burning down on the Yorick. Still though, Owen stands strong. So clear out some more camps back over to the bot side. The empowered minions are here, but they're instantly going to be shut down. And oh, flash over the wall, gonna be coming in. Silence is there. ISO Diax gonna be able to get a second. A double kill comes in. Nobody wants to challenge them, and that's exactly what you're looking for. The inhibitors are going to most likely be falling here, and that's a great play from in.
Jinx gonna get excited there, hoping to get a couple of shots at least onto this Nexus tower. And already down to 3/4 health, just from a couple of auto attacks from Jinx, and the York's not even here yet. Wukong going in, get 2 knocked up, 3 knocked up. Big wave comes in, get even more knocked up. Strand taking a ton of damage, a bit too easy with that huge ult, getting a double kill there. Rigor Mortis falling very low. Gwen falls, and just a Nami left as the final defense for Tubby's Pookies, and spin to win. Garen's gonna take care of him. And GG over the side of Ohio.
Ohio will be taking map number 1 here. W Spooky's not going to be able to keep up the pressure they started at the beginning of the game. And it's really off the back of that Garen, who at the start of the game looked really weak in comparison, down over 1,000 gold. And towards the end, really started picking up their weight, found a double kill, and really slammed the door on Tubby's Pookies.
Yeah, great job from Ohio, just kind of utilizing their comp very, very well. Excited to see how Tubby Spookies adapts, and we're gonna throw it to a quick break, and we'll see you guys for the drafted game 2.
Ali, welcome to game 2 draft for Ohio versus Tubby's Pookies. Tubby's Pookies has electric red side here. Hoping to get probably a little bit better of a matchup. 4 mid too easy to kind of carry a little bit harder in that top lane. Gonna see the same bands over from Ohio. That Zen Zhao staying as well on the side of Tubby's Pookies. Gonna keep that band the same. Owen is quite a menace on that. Darius gonna stay the same as well. Are we gonna see all 6 bands the same?
Does seem like it. Oh, I don't think we saw Mel in game number 1 get banned out, so it is a
We
little bit
did
interesting
see
seeing.
Mel.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense to see Mel since it's one of those newer characters who's also excessively overpowered, but it's gonna be a Yorick switched up because as we can remember, Ohio was extremely proficient when it came down to destroying those towers. They were the team to want to do it. Silver's gonna be the first pickup, similar to last game. Let's see what the response is.
Misfortune, another super strong ADC. Takes a little bit more skill than playing Sivir does. Not much. Iok Van, a lower rank ADC. Strand, I know, super comfy on the Sivir and is a bit of a menace on it. Talia getting picked up for Tuppy's Pookies. Not sure if that's going mid. Not sure if that's going jungle. Guess we'll have to wait and see.
Talia, it's one of those picks that you really do have to look out for because it is a strong one. You got some really good abilities there, especially that ultimate when it comes down to it. The Weaver Wall, super good at isolating targets. And Bessa's going to be picked up, most likely going to be picked up in the top lane, potentially going to be dropped in mid since it is picked up in the first phase of picks. I'm assuming that it's going to be in the mid lane, but who knows? That would kind of imply that Karthus jungle is upon us. And that's going to be a Syndra to match it.
Indra at a Tubby there in the mid lane. I am not sure if Harry Patterson plays Ambessa at all. But Karthus, I know both Owen and OTGate are very proficient at that character in the jungle.
Let's see what's going to be the bans coming out. Same things as last game potentially. Yes, it is. Brahm's going to be taken off the table. We still haven't seen the Misfortune support combination. Ohio potentially going to want to ban out something like a Rel or Leona that kind of works really well with it, along with potentially an Avatar. Those engaged supports can be really volatile, especially when combining with a Misfortune. Instead, going to be banning out the Gwen, which is a little bit interesting because if you think about it, that Garen had some really good impact against it, but there's going to be the Nautilus taken off the table, 2 engaged supports down, and a Kale to conclude our bans. Let's see Tubby Pookie's idea on what they want to play.
Yeah, pretty interesting to ban the Gwen there. I think it's pretty rare to see a team pick a champ again after losing on it. Even if they do well. Yeah, the Rel, like you said, probably a good ban there, but getting picked up there for Tubby Spookies because they left it wide open. A lot of CC combined with a Misfortune is a bit scary. And then Dr. Mundo getting picked up blind in what I assume to be the top lane. And Renata, another great pick for Ohio. Let's see how they respond here, getting the R5 for their top lane, mid too easy. See what he brings out here.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the top line pick. So this is going to be most likely. Who do you
Oh,
match against the Mundo? And that's a great pick. Going to be looking to really play in lane and do well. Kind of the opposite of what they had last game, where they were doing a little bit poorly in lane in the top side. But Vayne is just that character that can be so good into top lanes, especially something like Dr. Mundo that doesn't really have a lot of ability to kind of get up and close with a Vayne under tower. I'm really liking this pick.
yeah, that's a bit terrifying to have C mid too easy on the Vayne. Um, I predict either 10 and 0 or 0 and 10 here from mid too easy up there in the top lane. I'm kind of liking the draft of Ohio. It feels a little bit easier to execute, but the wombo combos on the side of Tubby's Pookies are absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but we're going to go to a short little break here. Make sure to stay tuned for game number 2 here because Ohio, they're up 1-0. Tubby Pookie's backs are against the wall. Let's see if they can even it up 1-1.
Welcome back, Summiters, to Game 2 of Ohio versus Tubby's Pookies. I'm joined here with Cherry for a play-by-play. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing great. We're coming in game number 2 after a break. We are returning, and we're going to be seeing that Mundo in the top lane as we expected. Going to be the Karthus jungle. Mid lane's going to be the Ambessa, Sivir, and the Renata Glosk as the same as last game. Going to be mirrored in game number 2, but a little bit of differences on the opposing side with all 5 players choosing the different characters than what we would have seen in game number 1. There's going to be a new meta of double AD carries coming with that Vayne and Misfortune, both played in the top and bottom positions, along with a Talia and the Syndra going to be played in that mid jungle combo. And to match it off, we have that Rel. Now, Misfortune Rel, it's just that combination. It's as old as time, and we've seen it time and time again being picked up in all sorts of pro play. So it was not surprising at all to see it picked up once more.
Absolutely not. Definitely a comfort pick for Ayak Ben. I'm not sure how comfy Sifra is on that Rel champion. Definitely a hard champion to execute when you are the only engage. As you know, if you go in a little bit too hard, you are just dead. But we'll see how they play it here as this match progresses.
And it's looking a little bit more impactful on the bot lane. Last time we did not see this much damage coming out this fast, but already we see the Misfortune at around half HP, which is really not where you want to be at. Going to be the Renata Glosk even more. Give the desperation to this Misfortune to get some damage in exchange, but we just haven't been able to find any good openings just yet.
Just a ton of damage from Renata. Not quite something that you think about that's part of her kit, but those passive auto attacks just do so much damage, as you can see right there. Renata getting the first blood over onto the MF as this huge wave crashes in the bot lane, missing out on so much. Actually doesn't have a single CS yet, 2.5 minutes into the game, and probably won't have one for a little bit.
Let us see. I mean, right now, Ohio, they've already found their first kill. It's going to be the Renata Gloss, which, as you said, it's not good. I mean, it's an unfortunate situation. The Electrocute Rune going to be picked up for the Ambessa, which is pretty powerful right now, so it is definitely a cool thing to see that being picked up. Good stuff from him. Q is going to be available for the Rel, able to get out of the horse. Looking to tank even more. Not
the damage.
Renata just yet. It's going to be the Ignite, but oh, the flash comes out, but it's a flash for nothing. Finally, though, it's going to be a great shot from the Misfortune. Barely able to connect that, but they will in the end be able to match it 1-1. As the gates close, it's going to be the Talia to come down, looking to secure even more kills. Karthus comes in, able to find one. It's a 1v2 situation, potentially a little bit too overconfident here, with the flash over the wall going to get them away.
Yeah, very smart Owen there to just like trust that the Sivir's gonna get away from the Talia there and just go get that free kill on the Misfortune. Kind of starting to scale early for Karthus. Definitely a good counter gank there from Owen. As Sifra comes back, clears the wave, and a little bit of vision battle for that tri-bush.
Let's see, I mean, right now, this Kalia definitely not at the HP you'd want to be at, but nobody's really in a position to try and invade the jungle to find that out. Now, they're going to be backing up Karthus. It's one of those characters where your ultimate, it's so good in a global situation, so it really does come down to will your team be able to kind of synergize with you well enough to be able to make that work in your favor. Lost Chapter is going to be bot, which could be really nice. I kind of expected to go a little bit more towards that burn damage, so I'm not totally sure what the Lost Chapters can build into here, but I was kind of expecting maybe Leandri's to be that first build. I don't know what your kind of thoughts on that might be, but it seems like another kill might come out, but not just yet by the looks of it. The Mundo just barely being able to escape.
I am 100% blanking on the name of the item, but is Blackfire Torch is what you go on
Oh,
Karthus
yeah.
first item. That
do believe that's
ultimate
also
ability
the-
kind of gets the AP going quite a bit, and so much AOE, able to land a lot of land onto a lot of targets and really stack up AP pretty quickly in a team fight. Interesting, go to Lost Chapter first rather than the burn item to help the clear speed. Probably able to help out that mana quite a
Yeah,
bit
when
once
you level
you're
up, you
out
get
of the
that
jungle.
extra. So it is nice. Lost Chapter. I mean, I've never played Karthus myself. I know Blackfire Torch is one of those items that a lot of characters like to build first. It's kind of a surprise we didn't see the Malzahar build it first last game, but it's just kind of one of those things that you should be getting if you want to win early on and you're confident in your skills. Right now, though, being said, definitely interesting seeing the symbiotic boost being picked up. Something a little bit unconventional for mid laners to buy out, but you know, it's not the worst in boots in the game by any means. Obviously, you get that Baron buff once you max it out. But it seems like we might be seeing the solo kill, and yes, we will. Mid too easy. Doing work up towards the top lane, finding a kill, bringing this kill differential back a little bit safer. And you know, TT, we're not going to be upset by that with any means. Looks like we're going to be seeing
Ooh,
the
good flash.
Flash comes through, which is nice.
Looks like Tubby Spooky's gonna make a move here for the dragon while Ohio takes the grubbies. ISO unable to recognize that the Vayne's about to turn 6 and is gonna be able to run you down. Kind of at that point of the game of the Vayne versus Dr. Mundo matchup. Gonna be a little bit tough from here on out for ISO Didact. Hopefully he can hold on. Oh my gosh, great ult from Harry Patterson, able to get onto the Syndra very, very quickly. I am realizing very quickly how I know absolutely nothing about this new champion from Riot. The symbiotic boost, the electrocute. I have no idea what's going on with this build, but it looks like Harry Patterson knows what they're doing.
This is doing some great work right now. Ohio, I'm going to be taking an early gold lead with 1,000 in the bank above their opponent. And we're going to be seeing some damage coming out. Storms of Ale is going to be the Reaver Wall, is going to be able to isolate the targets, but there's going to be ultimate coming in from the Karthus. One shot remaining to cut down that misfortune, but nobody's going to try and just get damage coming through. Not going to be able to connect the kill. Flash is going to be there, but it's still no kills.
Is it Shiny Strand? Do you want it? I just know deep in my bones that if Strand had flash there, he was absolutely flashing for that kill and dying very quickly afterwards. Oh, mid too easy, doing the old run down the Mundo tactic. Getting a ton of damage out, able to pop that passive as OT Gator is able to help crash this. And you see Syndra roam on down for the Renata. OT Gator trying to get a kill before his impending doom, but it does look like he's gonna get it.
Or Tubbyton, able to get the kill, which is definitely nice. Going to be able to even up this gold at some point, hopefully. Right now, though, the Invest is going to be starting to work towards the jungle, but the Syndra is going to be able to move around, maneuver themselves over towards the tower, make sure they can play a little bit safe, because as we know, Mbessa, it is such a volatile champion, where if you're able to get in close, can easily cut down these control mages and find your win. Burst damage it's good, but when you're going against a Mbessa who has so many abilities that just kind of combo you into non-existence, just nothing you can do.
Yeah, we're gonna see mid too easy run down ISO again. Just kind of get him away from any sort of CS they might want to get. This Karthus definitely doing a very good job of keeping up the CS lead, and yeah, goodbye ISO. Sorry, buddy. Maybe the ghost can pop? Unable to get away. Ambessa though, gonna find out that Talia is right here in this bush. Ton of damage, half health. Syndra coming in, maybe get something. That stun goes out. Ton of CC comes out. Great job getting the flip over there from Brigamortis. Great kill going over there for Tubby's Pookies.
Oh, these Pookies, they've been doing good. They're starting to get back. They are still below in gold, but they are going to be up on kills. So, definitely the work progression. 23 Void Grubs given over towards the side of Ohio, with none concede to their opponents. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I've seen this overlay, so I don't know what this green thing on the side of TP is. I think that's a dragon, but I could be mistaken.
Yeah, that's a Kentech dragon right there.
That's what I assumed it was, but I wasn't going to make any assumptions. It could have been a bugged overlay, and Ohio took the Drake and the Void Grubs, and the Drake just didn't show up, or what. But we're going to be seeing Boots of Swiftness bought out from Vayne, along with a Vampire Scepter. It makes the assumption come out that they're going to be going for that first item soon, with that being that Blade of the Ring King. Karthus can come up towards the top lane, not going to be able to spot them out and get the kill. Instead, forced to rotate back. Looks like they're potentially going to want to go for that Void Grubs. And Bessa going to cause a little bit of damage. Sorry. That's going to be the Renata Gloss. Able to cause a little bit of damage. Nothing too serious, but they're going to be able to cancel the back for at least a couple seconds. Something through, along with W. A great bullet time to really stuff in the damage. And that's going to be it. Will this ult? This ult knocked it over.
Yeah, Blackboard Torch does have a little bit of a burn, but it's really not that much until later. Yeah, unable to quite get that burn damage. Didn't look like they got the first strike damage either onto the Rel. Great job from the Rel. That was awesome engage. Nice follow up from the Talia. And yeah, great bullet time from Iokben. They've done a very good job on the side of Tubby Spookies to kind of mitigate that huge lead that Ohio had in the bot lane, where they had 15 CS, 20 CS before Iokben had a single minion kill. That's coming right back. The gold difference is quite minimal at this point. I ISO TPing right in front of mid to easy's face and just get tapped real quick. My goodness.
Power's starting to be depleted. It's some good stuff to come out immediately, though. Damage is there. Stun's going to be there as well. Looking to shut down the Mbessa, but nothing just yet. So, though, there's going to be the Rel coming online. Not going to be able to connect the stun, though. Potentially going to be able to get it with the next one. Not going to be able to bring them airborne. Dragon's starting to be found. Bruce from the start of the fight. It's going to be the Mbessa coming aggressive. Stun come through. There's going to be the Renata Glass ult. Looking for more strand find the first opening pick, but the stun coming through from the Syndra, able to find that counter. Mbessa gets shut down, but it's looking for regression coming in from the side of Ohio, and the complete annihilation from the Rel to engage, doing everything.
Yeah, just too low, a little bit too late. Great fight from Tubby's Pookies, unfortunately unable to get that drag there. But mid too easy, pretty low against ISO. ISO able to get shut down and able to get a little bit of gold back. Might even take a slight gold lead here in the top lane. Nice job from ISO. That Heartsteel, finally getting that item, is huge for him.
Yeah, mid too easy, making a little bit of a blunder there. Able to really start letting the Dr. Mundo of the opponent start stacking up that Heartsteel, which you really can't do if you're playing somebody like Vayne. Your whole character is kind of like you play back, you don't let them auto attack you, and when you let them start stacking it up, that's something that really starts costing you later on in the game. We're going to be seeing Bloodthirster build up for the Misfortune, which is very standard. Sunstone comes through on the Renata Gloss, not going to be able to get much. Barrier gets forced out. Still though, kill will be there. Great stuff from the Sivir. Able to find the shutdown. Lots of minions coming up. Going to start really punishing this tower with the Void Grubs up to 6. This stack is going to really start melting the tower down to the ground. Last plate remaining. And now Otacon spawning in the bot side.
You can see Syndra walking back down to the bot lane, kind of one of the people that's been bailing out this bot lane quite a bit. ISO Didact pressing the S key and just taking a couple hits from Bane. Don't know what's going on right there. But as reported by the Liga Times, ISO Didact has played over 2,000 hours of Dr. Mundo Dodgeball, so that's kind of a clear indication of why all these cleavers are hitting onto the Bane so easily.
Still though, Ohio not able to find the gold lead that they once had. They're still down 300 with 6 Void Grubs online. You kind of have to imagine that that's going to be equalized relatively soon. We're going to be seeing the Tulia coming in. Reaper walls come through, but it's going to be instantly broken.
Oh.
Not totally sure what happened there, but yeah, that's definitely a blunder you can't let happen. And Bass is going to start pressing up forward, but it's going to be a blunder, forcing the flash out.
Very smart flash there to go to the other side of Rel. Able to get away there. That would have been quite the easy kill if that landed for Syndra.
Oh, there's going to be our card to really start bringing in the damage. Human Sun's to come through. There's the Renata Glass Ball to really start putting in the damage. Aopen gonna be able to find the first. Bolt time gets activated. Gonna be able to burn down, but not find the kill. Stun comes through. Flash over the wall. Gonna be able to get the kill. It's a double kill, shutting down the Sivir, and that's a bit of a bot diff if you have to ask me myself. But right now, Ohio, they've taken back the gold lead, and they're definitely gonna be happy with that. Dr. Mundo really going to press down in the bot side, but not done just yet.
Yeah, Iacbin and Sif are definitely on the same page with these ultimates. Not seeing any of them cast one without the other being casted. Definitely well aimed ults here, and the Gold League swinging back up towards Ohio, but evening right back out. Not much of a gold lead. 200 gold to the side of Ohio. 100, and it's gone.
Right now, it looks like we might be seeing a little bit of contention for the Herald. We get to see a lot of players starting to move over their diversion over towards the pit. So it looks like they're going to be backing Talia and Rel, neither of them sticking around for too long, placing a little bit of vision over towards it. But right now, Rel going to be backing. They have that locket, they have the steel cap. That's some good mobility along with some shields that you kind of do desperately need to protect your team. But ooh, the Dr. Mundo coming in aggressively. Let's see what happens here, because the Mbessa online. Oh, they want to find a skill, but a flash forward, and they're not able to secure the kill. A blunder.
Not a single cleaver hit, but it did not matter. My goodness, that Mundo damage is gross. The tower damage able to melt away a bit too easy. Mbessa there just for funsies is not really needed.
Well, the Mbessa was just that like factor of like, yes, I need to really push that Mundo or else I'm going to be destroyed. And that kind of was what led to them needing to over-aggress. And I think if you just died to the turret, that would be something, but you also expended your flash, which really is a tool that you kind of need, especially once we get into this mid-game where your cooldown or your death timer is about to be like 20-30 seconds. One timer is going to really cost you a lot of damage. Immediately Ohio looking to try and trade Herald for the Drake, which is not a bad trade whatsoever.
Yeah, already with 6 grubs and a Herald, they're definitely prioritizing these topside objectives, giving away 2 Drakes, but still have 1 at the same time. Mundo able to get a little bit of going, might see him split push. Ooh, Reaver Wall coming in, but just saving his teammates there from the onslaught of Ohio. We see the Syndra down there in the bot lane, and then Mbessa finally going down there to match it, and a little bit of farm, the Raptors being contested.
The tower on the bot side about to be destroyed. The Syndra able to get some good damage onto the Mbessa, but not securing kills just yet. able to really play around that fog of war here. Both sides breaking these visions, looking to take their aggression, but well, I mean, it's still looking pretty good. Ohio is at the lead gold-wise, and it seems like that's just going to keep on going with the Mundo. Able to get into close corners. There's going to be the ult coming in from the Dark. Able to execute their opponent. Looking for a second. Not going to be able to connect it onto the Talia just yet. Rel's going to come up to start to mitigate the damage. Not going to need to. The Mundo starts to back up and forfeit any chances of getting found out.
Ohio take that mid tower. That was a huge Karthus ult, able to blow up the vein and allow the Dr. Mundo to kind of turn and try to get the 2v1, see if it's possible. Not for them, but ooh, Syndra catches the Stiver out. Don't know if we're gonna get a kill there. Not sure if ult was open or not, but would have been quite the easy kill there. If it was, Harry Patterson taking quite a bit of damage from this Syndra. Syndra is quite strong, almost had death cap, and 3 stacks on that Dark Seal. Tubby is cooking.
3k gold lead has been found. Ohio is in a great spot right now. Ruinous Atacon getting spawned out. Looks like the side of TP wants to fight for him. Let's see if Tubby's Pookies are able to get this in their favor. Right now, though, there's going to be at least the Sivir who will find that first contact, right? There's the... Oh, flash comes out. Not gonna be able to find anything just yet. Also gonna be the first one to aggress. Stun comes through. Double stun comes in. Tubbycon gonna be able to find the first kill. Looking to try and engage. The investor's gonna go in, but not gonna be able to find much. Gets excited. The double flash. Rand finds the second. Going to try and get Rigging Morris down. It will connect it. Stun comes through from the Rel. It's going to the investor to really start digging deep and getting the kill. Double stun comes in. Full time to the activated. Stun onto the opposing Karthus. Looking to try and get more. There's gonna be the flash over the wall from the Karthus. Looking to get out. Mid to easy though. Still gonna find a double kill to secure the fight win.
Yeah, huge swing down from that vein. Definitely willing to get that double kill and mid tower in exchange for that top tower. I assume that they're gonna get this mid tower here. I don't think 1/3 health Karthus could be able to do much against 3 people. A little bit of an unfortunate ball time there, but oh, because the Karthus ult shield comes out. Yeah, mid 2 is gonna be able to barely live through it. My goodness.
Mid too easy. I would have loved to see them die there. It would have been at like half HP and just getting shut down by a Karthus ult with not even any nearby players. Or there was barely any recent fights as well. That would have just been absolutely insane. You're gonna have the first item paired with the second item now with Rage Fade, looking to really go with an on-hit version of what they would have run as a Vayne. Let's see whether or not they're going to be able to find a value that they did have previously. Right now, I mean, it's still looking like Ohio. They're in the driver's seat despite being down on kills. They're up 40k gold, 237. And, you know, they're definitely in a good spot. Looks like Atacon might be fought for here.
Yeah, definitely posturing from Ohio. Interested to see how this bush camp goes. ISO getting melted here by mid 2 easy with 2 items. All that health is a little bit scary. Oh my gosh, huge heart steel stack. My goodness. Oh my god. ISO just turns that fight. That heart steel damage is insane. Does not matter how much they nerf it. My goodness. Looks like Lever Wall's gonna come out, but they're not gonna ride it. They're just gonna cut off Sifra, put him in a corner, and just for him to get melted.
Damage. Owen's gonna be the one to secure the kill. Looks like the engagement's gonna come in. The ambassador's really gonna start getting the damage, and there's the barrier activated. We can get the slow down with the from. Oh, going in with blast cone. Gonna be able to find Rigor Mortis though. It's gonna be the okay. Find one as well. Tubby taken down. Then we're going to be seeing the ambassador really looking. The dashes come through. And balanced character for sure, ladies and gentlemen. The ambassador to secure the ace, securing the Atacon, and potentially getting the inhibitor. Never mind.
It's fine, it's fine. Just one of the fastest ADCs in the game getting ran down by a bruiser. Definitely fun, fair, and balanced gameplay here from Riot Games. Poor Iok, man. I mean, I would have thought I was away there. I was getting away there too, but that's a little tough. And Bessa is certainly a champion. Excellent flank there from Harry Patterson, able to get onto the MF there in that awkward situation where the Weaver Wall was able to catch out their own teammate in Rel and just get bursted by the Karthus and Sivir.
We're currently seeing a 7k gold lead. Ohio is having a masterclass performance here. 24 minutes into the game, they're looking strong. They're looking like they want to close it out here and now. Now, with 4 minutes remaining till the Drake spawns, it's going to be difficult for anyone to really take advantage, but oh my gosh, Owen's going to be able to find the next kill, not even nearby. That Karthus ult, just too strong. And especially now that Leandri's has been built with Blackfire Torch, it really goes to show the damage they're going to be outputting soon enough. They're also going to be able to get some damage, and Bolt Time gets activated. It's going to be the Renata to really keep them alive, though. That's definitely going to be strong. Weaver's Wall to disengage, and still not going to really try and contain any fights. Looks like we might be seeing something in mid-fight. Damage stun comes out, Rigor Mortis. Absolute blunder, way too aggressive, nobody to back you up. And TT, they're going to be able to get the kill, and Tubby Pookies, they're happy with that, but right now Ohio is...
And they get there in time. Rigor Mortis on the backside of the pit has... Oh, doesn't quite go over the wall with the blast cone, didn't quite get close enough. Gotta make sure that you're in there, especially with those champs that have an auto attack range. It's a little bit longer. Hostile takeover coming out and getting Lord Tubbyton. Lord Tubbyton attacking Rigor Mortis there in the backside. OT Gator gonna get caught out here. ISO Didact on the backside. Hits Rigor Mortis, hits the Heartsteel stack, and Rigor Mortis taking very, very low. Syndra getting run, or Sifra getting ran down. And Heartsteel stack, again, we love the sound of those bonks. And Cleaver after Cleaver and Cleaver and Sivir there able to help clean up. And maybe a little bit of speed here from Rigor Mortis, run away with just a sliver of health. And we're gonna see this Baron and 6 Scrubs just demolish these towers. And Sivir and a Mundo.
Oh, the Mundo, I think it demolished too. There it is. First tower goes boom. Second tower's about to as well. Shutdown's finally going to come through, and the Vayne double kill, looking to show signs of life, but as we remember, Karthus ult exists.
Just got taken half health by the Karthus ult. Rigor Mortis barely not in range to finish off that Dr. Mundo, who in, 2 seconds is going to have full health thanks to Warmogs.
Oh no, this is not it at all. It's still Ohio completely dominating here with a 9k gold lead. Looks like we're going to be seeing another engagement. Handshake comes through in mid lane. There's going to be the rain of bullets, but looking to try and destroy these wards. They might get caught out just doing this, but still being best. They're not playing way too aggressive just yet, and they're just going to keep clearing these minions.
Yeah, I like to see Ohio continue to use this Baron buff while they still have it. This Dr. Mundo isn't going to get caught out very easily and probably continue to push. See Shadow Flame and built for the Karthus and Deathcap well on their way. Rigor Mortis able to get out with the Weaver Wall all the way back to base. Not going to get caught out by Dr. Mundo, who is just going to take their red buff.
Oh, we see a couple people gathering up towards the
Oh,
Great Sun comes through, forcing flash out. Barrier gets activated, but oh no, it's just a complete surrounding and a suffocation comes on the line. Ohio gonna be losing their Sivir, who's still 2k gold ahead, but the Essence Fever's being built for the Misfortune. They can start to potentially get themselves back up into this game, but 20 kill scoreline. Flash comes through. There's going to be the stuff coming through, but ISO Didact able to secure the first. Looking at some more. There's going to be the Dr. Mundo with the help of the Warmog in the Heartsteel, just not being scared whatsoever. Bolt Time gets activated. Oh, but
oh my gosh.
Oh no.
The bullet time kill. The hostile takeover kill, tons of damage. Oh my gosh, mid to easy, okay with a triple kill. Both under like 100 health. barely surviving that Karthus ultimate. Ayak Ben did take care of the rest of the Talia after that hostile takeover that just barely clipped him at the end of the range. That was very well placed by OT Gator, but not the best fight for Ohio, but not the worst. Looks like Karthus over there on the dragon. I'm gonna say the fourth? Third. That's a Otacon right there, not Otta Dragon. So soul point for Ohio. And Tubby Pookies not looking like it's going to be quite easy to get out of their base at this point for the next dragon.
Yeah, let's see, will they be able to do it? Right now, though, Tubby Pookies, they have to have at least one person nearby because there's only 2 inhibitors left. One has been taken down, and only 1 tower surrounding that nexus. So I'm thinking, like, if you just go top lane, you could potentially just kind of move in and sneakily take down that nexus. Right now, though, looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit of congestion here. Maybe the Rel to take first contact, instantly backing off. The Ambessa does not want to have to deal with this. Now, a little bit of vision comes through, able to spot out a couple of players, not to really make any big presumptions off of that, though. So right now, looks like we're going to be seeing the Dr. Mundo taking the control of the bot lane, while the Vayne potentially look to match them with a back coming through, and they are going to be starting to walk down. Oh, the big damage. Oh, the stun is here. That's going to be too much to ask for. Isodidact finds one instantly. Maybe the Ambessa to trade out, though. Oh no, you're not going to get out of this one just yet. And that's the burn effect for you, ladies and gentlemen. Great damage coming in play. There's going to be some ability from the Renata Glass to be able to get some kind of healing for Mundo. Red turret's going to be destroyed. PP not able to get anything. Second turret down. It's just not what you want to see. Inhibitor is going to be next on the list. Next inhibitor down as well. Turret starting to get destroyed. Nexus wide open for the taking. First heal comes down onto the Syndra, looking to get some more on a line, but right now it's just all the minions can do the work. And as the lights shut out, everything goes dark. It's Ohio with a 2-0 victory to secure the Week 6 victory.
Very well played by Ohio. Ohio been hot these last couple weeks since the trade, and kind of showing that they might have been on the good side of that trade. As Tubby's Pookies continues to fall, Ohio taking this win, huge, keeping them in playoff contention. Definitely a huge win for them. Yeah, excited to see how the rest of the season shapes out for these two teams.
100%. And obviously, at a 2-0 situation, you gotta know Ohio is the undisputed team to favor in this matchup going forward in playoffs. If they ever face off, I know who I'm gonna be rooting for. But thank you all so much for joining us. My name's been Cherry J, joined by Gamer Destroyer. We had our lovely producer, Rat Dancer, behind for production. Make sure to stay tuned for new games coming later on in the month of March and future seasons. But that's going to be it from us on the desk. Thank you so much for tuning in. See ya.